Getting money since I was a jit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ready up.
53, Mike. Watch the pass. Hey, watch it.
Ready.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Powering his way forward. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there on the first play of the game. 46 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
They're running it.
Here's Foreman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Lions' 36-yard line.
Set. 70. Indy. Big Trevor.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 53. Your track. Check. Hot.
80 weapon.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Let's go.
They'll run with Foreman. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On the ready.
53. Check 53. Wild good. Slam.
General West.
going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Duvon Kennard coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Set, ready, 50, plant. Hey, Haywood.
D-line, get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get
Now a play fake here on first down. And right away, he lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll go with Foreman, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
At the 3-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. On the toss, here's Foreman. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Lions nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
You draw quarter. Get it.
They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. A gain of 5. Good enough for the first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Protein spill. Ready.
Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
15, check right 15.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
2nd and 11. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Lawrence. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Foreman. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Hey, Orbit.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
18 Gator. Tackles. Fight.
On 2nd down, Dobbins.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
50, Mike, 50.
Hey, watch the delay.
Slam, slam, slam. Switch, switch. Out, out. Hey, Sam off. Hit it.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Fielded at the 33. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Set. 10-2 stop. Hey, echo.
Let's get off the field, D.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Hey, lock it. Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Lawrence going top shelf. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Johnson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here we go. 8, read.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Go.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well. Yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling.
He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, Alpha.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
He was covered by Steven Nelson.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
This is fielded at the 7. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
A carry for Foreman. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. Head over.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
5. Ready.
Looking to throw. Lawrence going top shelf for Smith. And got his man complete. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 85 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Steelers 30, Lions nothing. Chris
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
Go.
Mine's 50. Army. Whip.
Greystone, travel.
Watch the whip. Alert 3.
6-6, bullet high. Speed grip.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Ready.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
61, 2.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Keeps himself upright. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
Double tight.
Look, squeeze.
Show it in.
5.
Back to throw now on first down. James has got it. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Going up top, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Set up, 50, plant. Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Watch the blood. Watch the blood. Watch the blood. Motion. Pop.
Hard. Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now back to throw. A throw for Golladay is going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Check.
Recon, 132 fighter. Shoot.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Trey Flowers in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
40's Mike. Watch the slants. Watch the slant. Deuce.
your man. Me. I got this. Bravo. Let go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. And the pressure gets to him again. Devon Kennard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Steelers send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to it.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, check.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Got it. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Hey, check right. Watch 55.
Get it.
2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, Looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Ready?
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, Zoo. Look at me. Door.
I smell fear now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. The end result, 21 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Come on, set. 15, line it. 15 line.
I'm coming after you.
Get it.
They're going to look to throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards for the Lions there and a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Ready.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
At the 15-yard line.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Get that ball.
He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but it'll be 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
2 yards. It's 4th down.
Ready. 30 base.
Check, punch it. Go nowhere.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Pittsburgh, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.